Alrighty, guy. Hello, YouTube. We have blah. Today we're gonna be playing a game from Tim and Games. It's Choices. It's an app. I haven't played it yet. We're gonna see how it goes. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Okay, I think we're just supposed to tap. We're supposed to, and the sun went out. Victoria State Government. I think I'm just supposed to tap. Is there sound? I'm 13 years old or older. I don't know if this is part of the story or you're just making it. Okay. Interactive fan fiction app that updates once per week, supported by in-app purchases and or video ads. First part of the story is free. It's just beginning, and we plan on introducing more stories within the app. Seems legit. There is no death in your future, but that does not mean your decisions are without risk. Again, okay. Choices. Do I just tap? Okay. Choosing the story, some free tickets to get you started. Claim. Day 95, and the orange ball of gas that sustained life on this planet for billions of years was still burning in the sky. The scientists were completely wrong, thankfully. Oh my goodness, something vibrated on my wrist. I raised my hand and studied the watch-like device. It was MontyCon, or simply Monty, as I called them. Hello, teacher. Temperature this afternoon is a crisp 30 degrees Fahrenheit. I hope you're wearing your warm jacket. Don't forget you also need to pick up the travel documents from Miss Montague. She's expecting you at her home. Stepping out of the train car, I adjusted my coat. Monty was right. I should have worn one with the wool lining. Too late to worry about that now. Oof. Dolores Montague's house wasn't too far away from the train station. As my boots crunched through the snow, I felt Monty vibrating on my wrist. As ever, Monty's cheerful face greeted me. You've just received a message from Professor Soul. He is insisting that you see his latest breakthrough right away. Wait, I thought we were going to go see a friend. Oh, never mind. Ooh, rendezvous. Rendezvous with Dolores or visit Professor Soul. I'm a fan of scientists, but I'm also a fan of loyalty. And, if the apocalypse is going to happen, I want to be with my friends. Professor will have to wait until later, Monty. We've got to get those tickets and my passport from Dolores. Oh, that's what we were going for? I would have went to the scientist. I probably read that, but I'd like to know. No, I want to start over. I want to go to scientists. I remembered her address, 1204 South Street, not too far away. I wonder if I need to remember that. Hope not, because it's unlikely I will. I was knocking on her front door. It's about time you turned up. The door was opened by Dolores, a tall woman with olive skin and shoulder-length dark hair. The dim light made her features difficult to make out, and her body language suggested she was a little tired. I came as soon as I could. Yeah, I guess I should ask her if there's anything wrong. Or just skip straight to the travel documents. You don't need to worry about me. I regret coming to see Dolores. She wouldn't let you know how she's feeling, even if there was an issue. Everything went off without a hitch. Dolores was holding a folder in her hand, presumably the one I was here for. Presumably. Did anyone see you? Was there any trouble? I don't want to ask either of these. Typically, it's not best to ask questions. So, I don't know. We'll go with was there any trouble? There never is. We're professionals. So the travel documents. Dolores handed me the folder. I looked inside and saw the usual stuff. Passport, plane tickets, credit card, and an itinerary. Itinerary scanned and stored. Travel destination, Peru. I think they speak Spanish in Peru. So I'm headed to Peru. Question mark, you're supposed to know these things. Well, I could see Dolores' expression in that light. I could tell she wasn't impressed with the situation. Peru is around the equator. I bet it's kind of warm there. Looks like it. Rest up, it'll be a long flight. You said our goodbyes quickly, and I sensed that Dolores was still angry at my decision. Our heated discussion at the previous day was still fresh in my mind. Well, please refresh my mind. Will we be heading to Peru right away? No, absolutely not. Remembering Soul's message, no, not yet, Monty. We still have to find out what the professor has to tell me. Sometimes I wish I hadn't hired Soul. You hired a professor? His paranoia could be stifling. But I did hire him. Oh my god, you hired a professor? Are you like the dean of students or something? Because that would make sense. Her name is, people call her teacher. I started making my way towards the professor's house when the sun exploded. You sound upset, teacher. Has there also been a disagreement with the professor? Does he have some concerns or have the same concerns as Miss Montague? Let's find out. It's. I don't want to say either because I need some exposition because I don't know and I'm myself. It's different, Monty. Be quiet, Monty. I'm gonna go with it's different because I don't think telling a machine to be quiet is like good. Oh, rip his personality. Can't you teach him to behave better, teacher? This is kind of a weird relationship I got going on with my AI. I think it's an AI. Chuckled, no, Monty. I'm not his teacher. He's too old to have one. I don't know if that's how that works. Oh, okay, that's too bad, because I think you're an excellent teacher. I only smiled in response. AI, note, smiling is not always good. While we were going through the city, my thoughts were interrupted by an elderly man standing in the middle of a plaza, sandwiched by large cardboard signs. Frozen hell is coming for everyone. Delightful. That's a lot of letters for large cardboard signs. I should be used to those by now. Those doomsday signs started 3 months ago, after the temporary sun outage incident. Oh my goodness. Temporary sun outage incident. Is frozen hell coming for me too, teacher? You're a machine. You're already there. Ooh. I like that answer. Only humans go to hell, Monty. I also like the answer hell isn't real, Monty. Because, like, now we're getting some character development. I wonder if it'll come back to bite me if I say either one of these. Decisions. I'm gonna go with hell isn't real, Monty. Now that I was thinking about it, I wondered if that was strictly true, considering how freezing cold it was this winter. It was a good thing Monty couldn't feel the chill. Again, that relationship. After about 20 minutes, I finally arrived. I wrapped my arms around myself and shivered a little. It was snowing throughout the entire journey. I crossed the lawn and pushed the buzzer on the front door. It didn't open. Oh, no response. Called it. I tried again. Still nothing. The door was locked, obviously. Maybe he had gone out. Well, he did say come immediately. Oh man. Do we pick the lock or do we look for another way in? You don't pick the lock of the paranoid guy. So, and you don't look for another way in. I'm gonna look for another way in just because picking a lock is just a terrible idea if he's so paranoid. Okay, perhaps there's an open window or something. It suddenly occurred to me that I'd never seen so much of the professor's home. I walked around the property, studying every possible entrance. The windows were either too high or bolted shut. Why are the windows bolted, teacher? He's paranoid. Oh, Monty looked around. Professor suffers from a rather severe case of paranoia, Monty, like most scientists after the incident. I mean, the sun cutting off for a little bit. Suffering from paranoia, can it be fixed? Etc., etc. Yes, but we don't like the answer. Don't I wish, Monty, don't I wish? What's wrong with having a paranoid friend? I mean, you hired the guy. Okay, walking around the house, I found myself in the backyard looking at the professor's back door. I tried it, and to my surprise, it swung open with ease. He's been robbed. He's been gestruggled. Oh no. Well, please be careful, teacher. I cautiously stepped inside the professor's home. There was a large suitcase sitting by the front door. From his bulging sides, I had the impression it was overpacked. He was going to leave, but he was stopped. He was too late. Was Sol going somewhere? He hadn't said anything about a trip. Suddenly, my phone rang, surprising me. Yeah. It's weird. It's Miss Montague, teacher. Would you like to answer it? No, I'm literally hiding in somebody's house. If the bad guys are still in the house, they're gonna hear me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I'm the protagonist, so not gonna be a bad thing. So yeah, go ahead and put her through. Dolores, what's up? I'm whispering because there's bad guys in the house. You might want to turn on the TV, she stated. I'm not home right now. Hang on. I think there's a TV. You walk in this guy's house. You open his back door. You look at his luggage and you cut on his TV. I gripped the railing and headed up the steps, each wooden stair creaking and groaning as I went. Climbing into the attic, most of it was covered in a thick layer of dust and cobwebs. Disused boxes, papers, books, and paraphernalia crowded most of the tiny space. Hurry up, she argued. Just got here. I don't want to say any of these. I don't have to be mean. Just want to say, does not respond. Is there, like... In a lot of games, there's, like, a silence option. Patience, Dolores. Just got here. Give me a minute. I don't like to give information, but Dolores is my friend. I'm assuming these things. I've known them forever, so... One area, however, had seen infrequent use a crude desk made from excess boxes and planks. Sitting atop it was an exquisite clockwork model of the solar system. There was, however, no television. The professor must have sold it once I was last up there. Of course, or maybe he was robbed. Like, his door is unlocked, you can't find him, and all his stuff is packed but poorly. He's been robbed. The sound of her sigh came through the phone. I could practically see her frowning in annoyance. Very well. Do you remember Philip Argyle? I like these French names. CEO of Flare Energy, the arrogant CEO who's been whining constantly since the incident. The CEO of Flare Energy? Hey, we get some exposition, indirect exposition. Yes, him. Dolores confirmed approvingly. Listen to this. I could hear the television in the background getting louder. Flare Energy's stock prices plummeted to an all-time low. The CEO, Philip Argyle, is reassuring investors that this is merely a temporary setback. We accidentally disarmed the sun, and it extinguished. I whistled. Sounds like he's in trouble. He won't last the night. He won't last that night? Well, rip. Think so? Yes, luckily he's already settled his account. What? Are we responsible for this? That's something at least. Yeah, probably are we responsible for this? No, and neither are any of our connections. No, and neither are any of our connections, Dolores assured. Wonderful. With nothing else of interest in the attic, I decided to explore elsewhere. I passed by the bulging luggage at the front door as I climbed down the second flight of stairs, headed for the basement. Ah, yes, there's something else I forgot to tell you earlier. It's quite important. Hang on, it's a little dark down here, I said as I felt along the basement wall. The entire room was pitch black. You see, someone's at the door. Won't be a moment. I could hear her footsteps fade as she walked to the front door. Bang, bang. A gas lamp. Why is there a gas lamp in the middle of the room? I'm gonna look for a light switch. Oh. Yeah, I'll take some tickets. Yep, light switch. This wouldn't be my first time having to find the light switch in this room. Professor sometimes worked in total darkness, especially recently. Feeling my way along the wall, a loose piece of rope brushed against the back of my fingers. Found it, I smiled. I pulled on the light switch cord, only to reveal a grim discovery. Oh no. Yep, saw that coming. Well, I missed his important message. Come see to the shop immediately. Or I guess if I had been there, I likely would have been assassinated too. But you know, whatever. Professor Soul was dead. Lying on his front, the professor's back exposed a large bullet wound, his white lab coat splattered with blood. Billy rose in my, Billy. Bile rose in my throat, and I gagged, covering my mouth with my hand. My work had always been dangerous, but I'd never been confronted with the body of a friend before. My heart pounded, making me dizzy. She's a secret agent. 100 thoughts and emotions raced through my mind all at once. What did this mean? Why would someone kill him? Did he have anything to do with what we are doing? That is pretty scary. And I hate to say it's a good thing I wasn't there, but I don't think I'm concealed carry. I don't have a gun. If I'd have witnessed the murder, it probably would have been a double homicide. Wait, was that someone at Dolores' door? Don't open! Bang! Yeah, I saw that coming before I even knew the professor was dead. You should have told her, hey, don't open the door. An ear-splitting gunshot sound rang through the receiver. The line went silent. I'm pretty sure she's dead, but I will stay on the line and listen. Silence. I had to reach Dolores. I'm pretty sure Dolores is not okay. I scrambled to my feet and bounded up the stairs, keeping the phone glued to my ear, hoping that Dolores would speak again. Teacher, this is most alarming. I'm concerned for Miss Montague's future. How are we all? Me too, Monty. I pulled open the front door and felt a cold blast of air hit my face. It began to snow again. Oh yeah, that's right. She doesn't have a jacket. We calculated it would take you between 25 and 30 minutes to reach Miss Montague's residence. You're gonna freeze to death. I knew that I could probably get there in half the time if I called a taxi. That would mean cutting off my connection to Dolores' phone, however. BS. Go by foot and stay on the line. Who knows? Don't talk. You're supposed to. At this rate, it would make 45 minutes to reach Miss Montague's residence. In other words, I'd be too late. Trying not to think about that, I continued listening while I ran. Then, click. Someone disconnected Miss Dolores' phone. Check me large databases, and this weather system should be passing very soon. Almost on cue, the snow began to thin out. Took around 30 minutes to make my way across town. Don't go in the house. Don't go in the house. Sit outside and watch the house. As I arrived at South Street, I made a left past the diner, a favorite meeting spot for Dolores and myself. In the distance, I could see the red and blue flashing lights of police cars parked up ahead. I quickened my pace. Was she even still alive? If it's police cars and not ambulances, probably not. Teacher, due to recent events, I would advise against telling the police who you are. Man, that AI has a good look. There's a very high probability that they will think you have been involved with whatever event has taken place in Miss Montague's residence. That's a good point, and we don't actually know if it was the assassin who cut off the phone, or if it was the cops. And if it was the cops, then chances are they got a trace on your phone. You better get rid of your cell phone. Chuck the cell phone, or else you're being tracked. Now is not the time to reveal my identity, especially after Soul's murder. Yeah, that would be quite a bit of coincidental. Yeah, something was afoot, and it was too much of a coincidence to have both events happen in the same afternoon. I needed to find out more before revealing my hand. Still, speaking to an officer was the best way to find out what had happened to Dolores. Was it worth the risk? Was there something else I could do? This is a good question. Because if I don't talk to the officer, I probably won't get this information. If I do talk to the officers will start to recognize me. Like, there's just one more officer out in the who knows and what does it that will recognize me. And that might not be bad, but I don't know, like, I've been present more or less for 2 murders. So I'm pretty sure the police are not going to be on my side. So I'm going to not speak to an officer and read the reports later. Or, I don't know, the nearest officer. I'm going to go in and ask. Yep, I did all that. The male officer, who was leaning against one of the cars drinking hot coffee from a paper cup, seemed disinterested with the whole event taking place. I pushed for him a little more information, and he asked if anyone had been hurt. I asked that. He turned and viewed me with suspicion. No, just a break-in enter, it seems. Yep. Well, definitely now we know that the cops are... Yeah, female officer strode out of Dolores' front door, speaking on the phone. She lowered it and covered the mouthpiece as she shouted across the coffee drinking policeman. You better drink up, Patterson. We have a body on the other side of town. Professor something or other. Dun dun dun. Yeah, strongly suggest not asking any more questions, teacher. At least Miss Montague is still alive. You need not worry any further. Unfortunately for me, I touched the light switch. So my fingerprints are there. As the officer took another sip from his coffee, I backed away into the crowd that was slowly gathering to see what all the fuss was about. I quickly turned and headed down a nearby road that ran perpendicular to South Street. I needed to get back home and prepare for my trip. You don't need to prepare, you need to go. You need to just, hey, I got tickets, I got a passport. Screech, am I going to get run over? A large black sedan stopped abruptly in front of me, its wheels sliding in the slush. Get in! The next few moments, everything... Oh, nope, I was kidnapped. Heard the sound of a silencer and immediately felt an explosion of pain between my shoulder blades. Yep. I fell. Down, down, rip down, into darkness. Just stay awake. No, don't go to sleep. Because you go to sleep, you don't wake up. Stay awake. Stay awake. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I died. Well, guys, thanks for watching. This has been Choices, and this is Chapter 1. I'm going to try not to make the video too long. If you want to see Chapter 2, get this video to 10 likes, and I'll make a video on Chapter 2. Okay, thanks for watching.